Recently, it was reported that Boston Herald sports reporter Lisa Olson was sexually harassed in the locker room of the New England Patriots. The ensuing brouhaha has pitted newspaper against newspaper and led Patriots owner Victor Kiam to reportedly declare that she was a classic bitch, and I'm quoting. Lisa Olson is here to tell her story her way. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
Since this edition came out, what, at 3 a.m.?
3 a.m.
What's happened to you?
Oh, I've had about 7 or 8 phone calls on my answering machine calling me names that I probably cannot say on the air. Nothing that it can be repeated.
This is probably your biggest story, and yet you are the story.
Right, which I tried to avoid for 4 days. That was my mistake. The Patriots, we trusted that they would handle this correctly. After 3 days, the coach was not even told, their own owner was not even informed until 6 days later. Both of those had to be told by Herald reporters.
Go back to the incident. What happened?
All right. Monday, I'm in the locker room. It's a quiet day usually on Monday. It's the day after a game. A week ago yesterday. I'm down there interviewing one of the players whose locker it happens to be by the shower. Supposedly a couple of the players decided that I needed to be taught a lesson for being a woman.
Go back to why they felt that way, perhaps.
Okay. The night before, we were in Indianapolis. I'm doing a story on the injured linebackers of the game. That was what we thought was a story, and how the guys who had to fill in did well. So I'm waiting for them, and I'm waiting for them in the locker, and I'm waiting. And I talked to one of them, Vincent Brown, and I couldn't just do one story. I needed to get at least 2 others. Waiting for Johnny Rembert, I'm waiting for Andre Tippett. I'm talking to the media relations staff in the locker room. They're saying, well, Johnny's in the shower, the training room, Andre's somewhere, just, hang around. I'm on deadline. Eventually, finally, Andre Tippett came out, and by then a lot of the other reporters had gone. I'm the last, if not one of the last people in there. Talked to Andre real quick, didn't have time to wait for Johnny Rembert, went up, wrote my story. That's as far as I know.
But you think that angered them?
Apparently, a couple of players who are highly respected complained that why am I lingering around? Why am I looking around? Why did I look over at the shower area? Well, as far as I know, the shower area is a good 20 feet away, and I glanced over there to see if either of them was coming out. They just wanted to express their opinion that maybe I should be watched, that type of thing.
So you're interviewing Maurice Hurst, you're sitting on a bench or something.
Right, exactly. First of all, I positioned myself in front of him, which I always do because I like my back to be the locker room, just so if anyone feels uncomfortable, I feel uncomfortable too. I hate being in there. So 90% of the time, in fact, I ask the players to come out into the hallway in practice situations, and they do, and that hasn't come out in all this either. But the issue is not the locker room. I mean, 15 years ago we were given our right by court order that we could be in there. That's beside the point here. It was sexual harassment. I'm talking to Maurice Hurst. One player starts it by saying, is she looking, go make her look, daring people to come up and make me look. So the one that I can't identify, Zeke Mowatt, walked up to my face. He's positioned right over here. The general locker area is out here. Walks into my face, says comments like, is this what you want? Is this what you're here for? And do you want to take a bite out of this?
While he was fondling himself in front of you.
Well, supposedly. That's what, I wouldn't look. I saw him approaching me.
So others have told you that that's what was happening. Who told you that was what was happening?
I've been told by a player who does not, I mean, obviously, he's not going to become a snitch. He's given me a range of numbers that who was involved. What I'm saying is like, said, well, they're either numbered, in their 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s. They're jersey numbers. So I could identify. He is doing everything to help me without becoming a snitch because obviously his teammates would, most everyone on the team knows.
Why did it take so long for this to come out? The public didn't realize this until this past weekend. You asked your editors to handle this in a dignified way, but then the Globe prints a story.
Well, I don't fault them. The point is if we keep getting into a newspaper war, the Patriots would love that because it kind of makes the story go away. I asked, when I was so upset on Monday when this happened, I went back to my editor, told him right away, I was just irate. I had asked 2 columnists, though, who wanted to write about it right then, to please don't, because this is the job I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. And as bad as it was, I wanted to still be able to do my job, and I wanted something to be done, and we trusted that the Patriots would handle it.
Now, the Victor Kiam incident, when did that happen?
Well, he said those comments on Saturday. He said then Kevin Mannix, who covers the Patriots for the Herald, also called him up, and he wanted a generic comment saying, I abhor the situation, we will never let it happen again. Victor instead says, disagree with the players' actions, basically condoning what they did to me because I asked for it by being in the locker room. That to him, he says, it looms large in Lisa's life, I'm sure. To me, it's a fly speck in the ocean. It looms large.
Yeah, he said it's a tempest of the times that women are in the locker rooms. And let's read what the New England Patriots have sent us as a statement. This is it. We can show it to you on the screen as well. This is from Pat Sullivan. My investigation has been unable to confirm the allegations that a player suggested physical contact with Ms. Olson. I have conducted interviews with a substantial number of the players on this team, none of whom have ever given me a reason to doubt their word. The above notwithstanding, there is no question that unacceptable verbal harassment occurred, which warrants disciplinary action on the part of the club. We therefore have fined a player for conduct detrimental to the club. Now, that player is Zeke Mowatt.
Yes.
But the NFL is saying, well, that's fine if the Patriots' investigation is over, but ours is not.
Well, sure, they don't want their owner making an idiot of himself by condoning this action. If he would have came out and said he abhors this, even if he doesn't, it's his job as an NFL owner for good PR. If he would have came out and said this, the players themselves yesterday would not have had the comments like, well, can't she take a joke? This was not a joke to me. Robert Perryman said that, who, if this happened to one of his girlfriends, he would not think it's a joke. Sexual harassment is not a joke.